How have you been growing your ability to think over the years?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Quite often people describe me as a thinker, and I can confirm that I do love to think. So um, I think, again, you see the word curiosity.
Mm.
Curiosity. Uh, uh, Read, watch. Um, those two instruments have been incredibly useful to me. And my breakfast activity for many years in my youth, and some people laugh about it, but some kids, they might read comics, or they might watch TV or play games. I would love to always spend my especially breakfast, because it's the most important meal for me of the day, which I spend more time there, reading encyclopedias and watching maps. I did this for many, many years. I would read an encyclopedia from the beginning until the end without any specific goal, like to learn about something. I would just, like people read books, I would read encyclopedias and just find it amazing. And then maps. Why? Because I'm a very spatial and visual person. And, one of my hobbies was to draw maps. So I would be in school, probably paying more attention, but I was not. And I would be drawing, in my books, maps of countries, maps of cities, maps of anything. And I think these two things together, they force you in a very natural way to develop your thinking skills, because space occupies everything. And the more notion you have of space, the more you understand where you are and where you want to go. And I'm not only talking about distance or walks, I'm talking about life in general. It's like having a map of your life. I want to go there. And why encyclopedia? Encyclopedia is the incredible work done by human civilization in the past thousands of years, because we collect all of that. And I'm always thinking, what a waste of time from one side not to use all this knowledge, and how dumb I can be to try to reinvent the wheel. It was already reinvented. So, science, and this is where it comes one angle that not so many people know about it, but I've been involved in education and teaching for more than 20 years. In every country I was moving and working, I always offer my services in the local university, if I could, for instance, teach in English. And education is really should be always this portal for wisdom and thinking. It's not about PowerPoints, it's not about repetition. And to be true, I have many doubts it's about memorizing. But I think, with time, many schools, many teachers will get to this conclusion as well. Education is a portal of wisdom. So you need to put these kids, or not so much kids, grown-ups, in the driving seat and tell them, let's go into kind of an interstellar journey inside your brain. So I'm going to show you a few doors. I'm going to tell you what's behind each door, and then you go. And I think this is where education truly needs to evolve. And I don't think there is any other way. When you look at artificial intelligence, there is no other way. More than a teacher, you need a tutor, you need a mentor in the classroom. Somebody that tells you, give me your hand, come with me. And now I'm going to show you, and now you go after me and go further, make it better than me, go further. So for thinking process, I believe that it would be extremely useful that people definitely would read more about the past, history books, philosophy books. And I also advise, read some maps. Maps are really useful.
My father has been involved in this process the whole time. And so just to share with you that when he was dying, I asked him, well, would you come back? Or, would you give me a sign if you learned something on the other side? And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. My parents didn't do that. No. I said, okay. And then every step of the way, he has shown up.
Oh.
So he actually was a mystic. And I never knew that he was a mystic. So I am a mystic. And I learned that I was a mystic based on this 20-year journey. And when I say mystic, what I mean is that it's like he left breadcrumbs. Every time I got frustrated, there was another little breadcrumb. There was a person who showed up and told me something. There was a picture I discovered. And it hasn't stopped. So my message is, oh, you said you weren't a mystic, ha ha. And the message out of that is let life lead you. That I understood from researching his life that he didn't know what to do. You know, he left the Navy, went back, left the Navy, went back. He just didn't have a clear picture, and he let life lead him. Let life lead. Well, you know what I mean. He let life lead him.
Yes.
Which gave me the permission to let life lead me.
So Joey, you have a very unique way of thinking. So tell us, how have you been growing your ability to think?
Oh, I appreciate the compliment. I would say something, I do a couple of things. Number one, I try to have a variety of inputs to my thought. I try to read things that maybe other people aren't reading. I try to listen to experts who have studied a subject to glean what they have learned. I try to listen and read people who I don't agree with. You know, living in the United States in this era, it's become a very fractioned society. You either believe what I believe or you're an idiot. You believe what I believe or else you're the enemy. That's a mistake. It's a horrible mistake. I think we need to understand perspectives that aren't our own. I think that will help us grow and shape our thinking. The other thing that I do is, and I'm getting better at this, I'm not done, but I'm making some improvements on it. We need to take time not to do and instead to think. So many of us are busy reacting to our environment. I have text messages to respond to. I have phone calls to return. I have emails to read. I have emails to return. I have social media messages to read. I have social media messages to return. We have so many apps and tools and communication devices that are saying, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, talk to me, respond to me. When do you step away from all of it? When do you turn off your phone? Most people in this day and age, if I said I want you to turn off your phone for 3 days, would tell me I'm crazy. And yet, when I was growing up, and it sounds like when you were growing up, we didn't even have phones. And now we think that the phone is so important that it needs to be there and on all day, every day. Most people never even turn their cell phone off. They just put it on airplane mode or plug it back in to keep it charging. What would happen if you just turned it off? You would actually have time to think. You would actually have time for your brain to stop reacting and start creating and start wondering and start being curious and start exploring. If you don't carve out the time on your schedule to think and grow and learn in a non-reactive way, no one else will carve that time out for you. You have to take ownership of that yourself.